y'all. Welcome to episode 7 of Shut Up Woman. My name is Lexus.
I'm Riz.
I'm Anija.
And I'm Melissa.
And today we will be talking about being young in business.
So who wants to go first? How do we start it out? Oh, because I'm the youngest?
Yeah, you the youngest with a business, so you technically
I guess, so... I guess I'm giving, my experience.
Do you think... do you think it's easier being young in business? Do you think it's better starting a business at a younger age? Some insight of that.
I feel like it don't matter when you start it. But I feel like maybe it is good to start when you're young. What is my reason?
I would just co-sign with it. Only reason I say that is because I'm the oldest one out of the podcast. And for me, a lot of this stuff, with TikToks and content, I be feeling so old. So I feel like if I would have started younger, I would have had a little bit more experience with social media. Social media is probably my weak point, but it's something I've been working on.
Yeah, when you're young, you get more, you get more experience instead of when you start a little older, you only got a couple years versus somebody that started when they was 15. Laquita's daughter, she gonna have a whole bunch of years of experience because she started when she was 15.
That's true.
And keep expanding.
Yeah. But I feel like sometimes when you're young, you might just be hopping straight into it. Don't do your research for real.
Right.
And then end up being problems down the line.
Or just selling stuff, stuff you don't even have, a passion about.
Yeah, because you saw somebody else selling it. Now you selling it.
Exactly. They just be doing it just to be doing it. Instead of, actually it being something that they like. And then when you that young, you might like something 1 minute, and then the next minute you're like, no, I don't like it. So now it's with a business, it has to be consistency. But if you young and just switching your mind all the time, you might not be as consistent with that one business for a while because your mindset is just not like that. And it just depends on what you got going on. I think it's great to start that age, but then it's oh, you want to play sports, you want to be out with your friends, you want to do this, you want to do that. So a business is going to take up a little bit more of your time than most.
That's the thing with me. When I started my business, I didn't really start going outside until I graduated school. So I think I started my business when I was a sophomore in college. So it was just business and school. It wasn't no outside. Right. I mean, I was with my friends every now and then, but it wasn't really no partying, no drinking. So after I graduated, then I was going to say something else, but I forgot. Oh my God. Well, my bad. Real quick. When she was you just you start selling products that everybody else is selling. Because I started selling lip gloss just because I saw everybody on YouTube.
That's what I said.
And then at some point, I was like, it's not giving. Don't nobody want these lip glosses. So.
And then it don't. See, I don't think it get, I was selling, but, and then I went viral because that was, one of the first time I went viral on YouTube because I did me making a lip gloss, and everybody was trying to make lip gloss. But it's baby, it's hundreds of lip gloss in a beauty supply. Yeah. That's package is better. People was having, bogus
the consistency is better.
Yep, the long lasting. They get, these big companies have the stuff to put in there to make this lip gloss thick and last long and all the stuff, and then it's me whipping it up in the kitchen.
Right, my arm hurts.
And that gloss coming out quick. But in my head, I was just I don't even care if the gloss comes out quick. It looked cute when I first put it on. As long as I can sell.
I like it. Somebody gonna like it.
But then I was doing the glitter and stuff.
Me too.
Baby,
but then I was getting thick. It was so gritty. I think somebody told me it was too gritty.
You must have. What you using a regular?
You put glitter. I think it was regular. I don't know what kind of glitter.
Because I know I
had it from TKB Training.
Right, that's what
I got it from them.
That's what I had too. But mine wasn't that gritty, but it was just ugly. The ones I mixed together, I'm this is so kiddish, and I'm
I don't even know when I was that age. I was oh, shiny lips. That's cute.
Yeah, I like my lips shiny, but I'm because I think I was 20 maybe, and I'm just this is so childish to me. I don't know what clicked. I was this is childish.
That might have been the least selling one, honestly.
Yeah, I was this is childish.
The glitter one?
Yeah.
I bet. I can imagine.
Yeah, I don't even.
Nobody wants glitter on it.
Yeah, I'm and then I started thinking, that's when I advanced in business, because I started thinking, would I buy this from somebody? And I'm no, I wouldn't. So why would I sell it?
What's going to make the people come back?
Right. It's nothing that I'm giving that's oh my God,
I get this from Riz, and
I
it's
gotta
just
have
so
some more.
amazing. Like, no.
Girl, you gotta get some.
Like, it was just literally people buying it that knew me that was just trying to support. It was no extra people.
Friends.
Because you got to think also, like,
friends.
you making it at your house, and a lot of people, even though who knows where some of the stuff is made at or what's going on, when it's getting made with these companies and stuff. But to know that it's getting made in somebody's house is like...
I guess they prefer like a warehouse or somebody's kitchen or something.
So I was like, that's when my business mind changed. And I'm like, anything I sell is going to be if I would buy it from somebody else. Because it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. For me, I started actually like, my mom always instilled in me not to work a job. That's just what she was. So in high school, like even before then, me and my brother, we started like our own like lawn care. We would go rake leaves and charge people. And then I started a photography business in high school. And I would take pictures and charge people and all of that. And then I also started a hair business right out of high school when I was 18. So it was always like me, like, what can I do to, I just wish that I would have stayed on the track of continuing. Because at one point, me having kids, it was always like, oh, I got to provide for kids. I don't have time for business. And I ended up just in a working rabbit hole to where I was spending all my time working, and I was just like, forget worrying about a business right now. I need to just pay these bills. So I wish I would have continued, and I feel like that's something now, especially like with social media, that's a blessing. Because even when I first started my hair business, social media wasn't really all that. It was just like Facebook. So and like, you know, Instagram was around, but it wasn't like... It wasn't like,
right. It wasn't like, let's take a little picture here and there.
Right. So it was really like YouTube and Facebook. So it was really like, you know, kind of like, and before then, even when we were like in high school, it was door knocking. Or word of mouth is what really got you into the thing. So now I feel like with social media, it's like, it's like the best time to have a business.
It's literally, now that TikTok came up, this is the best time.
But I would say, like, one of the biggest struggles would be mental health. Because that could affect, like, obviously that affects how you operate your business. And then sometimes it's like when one thing, and especially now, I notice it now, when one thing just, it's like, something just, it's like, I don't know, you can't find the perfect something, and then you just end up not doing anything. And then you just find yourself in a funk that you can't get out of, and you keep telling yourself, okay, get better, get better, get better.
I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
Right. So I feel like just recognizing that and being able to work through that is something that can help, especially like being young and knowing that, you know, your friends and family is not your number one supporters. Absolutely. You're gonna turn a customer into a friend before you turn a friend into a customer.
I agree.
So you just have to understand, like, don't even take it personal, because, you know, that just is what it is. And a lot of people, some people pretend like they want to see you win. And they really don't. They're just waiting for you to fail, or waiting for you to stop posting, or waiting for you to give up. So I feel like that's a lot of things, like, especially like being young, you're just like expecting everybody you know to support you. And then you just, So I just, that way, and then also just knowing the right way to do something, doing your research. There's a lot of research out there and a lot of free information out there. And the reason that people are able to sell, you know, like, information and do all that is because they spend time researching. Like, spend hours
like, why are you charging for this for free?
Hours and
hours. And why are you asking about it if it's so easy to find? Why are you asking? Why you can't just go find it yourself then? Why are you asking somebody?
Literally. I've had a few friends.
With me, I guess it just depends on what the question is, because since I do shirts, I've been wanting to get a digital transfer printer, and I asked this girl, where did she get her printer from? And she would not tell me. So I feel like, why are you being
having
stingy?
a printer have to do with you having a printer?
Like,
we not got the same clientele, and then it don't matter.
It's really been when people be like, give me your vendors. You go to a lot of vendors.
In-depth stuff, no. But a simple, general, like, that's just like me not telling somebody what type of camera I got because I don't want them to do YouTube. Like,
it's a $7,000 printer that my boyfriend wants to get me for my birthday, and he even hit her up, and she would not respond.
Yes, you know, that's just petty. But I mean, for like anything else, I understand, because like my mom even told me, like, you need to charge consulting fees, because I would sit on the phone with friends for hours, helping them with their LLC, helping them like research stuff for their business that, like, you know, I wasn't even in that business. Helping them look through vendors, helping them do kind of stuff, all of that. And then even like, I've even had a friend who was like, well, can you set up my website? And I'm like, bruh,
people, my family and stuff be asking me that, and I'd be like, no. You could go to Shopify. They got some templates.
I sat on
set it up real easy.
I was there for hours doing that, and I'm like, you're not even considering the time that I have, but you're gonna turn around and pay somebody else.
Yeah,
you're not considering my time. You're not even offering to. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I don't have time. I don't have time for that. And for you to think that, you know, you could just be like and not even consider. Oh, like I've even had people ask me for like my hair vendor, and I'm like, well, I mean, like. You just asked me to give you vendors, like I didn't.
And you probably
either had to
hella vendors.
I'm like, I spent years looking for vendors. I'm like, and even like wasted money, and you're not even offering to pay. You want me to give you a vendor so that you don't have to pay me full price. I'm like, that don't even make sense.
Or even I just don't understand, like if it's a family member or a friend. And like it depends on what type of
even
friend.
saying,
like, just
can I buy it from you wholesale?
Right, like or like a associate or whatever. Why people don't be like slick enough to play it like, hey, what's your vendor? I'll pay you for it, even if you think that person not gonna make you pay.
They might give
it's just still the concept. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like because having in your head that you might have to pay, even if you think this person probably gonna give it. You know this person probably gonna give it to you for free, but still be like, hey, I'll pay you. Can you give me this? And you know the person could be like, no, but it's just the point of making that person feel like, okay, you willing to pay.
So they may be a little bit more.
But people just be straight.
I have people ask me for my candle recipe, like, excuse me?
Not
that's
candle
stuff
recipe.
like just all trying to perfect.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna give it
I'm
to
like,
you.
we can sit down and do a class, but I'm gonna charge you.
Okay.
Like I can sit down and teach you, but I'm gonna charge you.
Right.
Because, but it's like for you to just say, can you tell me how to do this, how to make this, how do you make this, how do you make that? I'm like,
why you can't go to Google?
YouTube.
Literally.
So speaking of like charging or whatever, we're gonna touch on Ashley Grayson. I guess we could go over what's going on with her. Pretty much, Ashley Grayson is a, I guess you could say entrepreneur that starts selling courses on credit, and then now I think she has a course that's like teaching you how to make your own course, and it's credit mixed within. I don't know, but pretty much her courses are running for like $1,000, $2,000, and people are saying it's so mediocre, or like that it's just trash, or like that. I think with the credit part, they're saying that the collections that were supposed to be removed are coming back on there. Yes, came back, where and then it's showing on her system, but it's not showing on the actual TransUnion and all that type of stuff. So it's just a lot of stuff going on. So now she's like pretty much viral for basically, they're saying scamming, which I don't technically think is scamming, because it's like y'all know what y'all grown, y'all know what y'all paying for and stuff like that. But I think the scamming part is coming in at where they're saying like she basically sells her life, because you know like people buy into a lifestyle. So her lifestyle is luxury cars, luxury houses, all this type of stuff. She's always flying and all this stuff, you know, going places, all that. So she's saying that she doing all this because of her courses that she's selling, and you could do the same thing, fixing credit, selling courses, all that. You could live the same lifestyle. But supposedly she got her first $1 million from a lawsuit from her fingers getting cut off at her old job. So her first $1 million and her living this luxury lifestyle was not from her getting it out the mud with her business. It was, you started a business after you got $1 million.
Did that come out recently, the lawsuit?
They found it, I guess, and then they showed that she don't have no fingers. You can look it up.
I saw a picture and I'm like, why I found her fingers? What's the relevance?
So her fingers, so like literally there's, obviously that's public record. Yeah. So they found it.
Yeah.
And it's, she did have a lawsuit, and she did get $1 million. So lifestyle that she's showing is not coming from her selling.
Social media. What is she supposed to show? You get what I'm saying?
It's a difference when you
saying
never
that
said
you're
you had a lawsuit
business and
like you
claiming that you're getting money off of this.
I mean, she is now though.
Now because she has sold a lot.
She making them believe.
I look at it as
the initial thing. She never. Why didn't you? If that was the case, why you never mentioned the lawsuit? Why you never mention your finger? The lady be hiding her fingers. They've been catching it. Why would you not tell that? That's not nothing. If you're not ashamed of being a millionaire or whatever, or be like, okay, like that's just like, let's say like Ari, for example. We know you're where you're at pretty much because who your baby daddy is. Let's be honest. So if she tries to take that away from her baby daddy, that's wrong. Like, don't take that away from him. You cut your fingers off, baby. You got $1 million. Okay, like that's
instant millionaire.
And then show the progress of, okay, then I started a business and this is how I double my $1 million or something. Like, don't try to get the people that's at the bottom of the barrel. But she could be promoting some other millionaires and trying to get them to come up to be billionaires.
A lot of people do be doing that. They be like, this is how I made money, so this is how you can make money. But that's not how they make money.
She's promoting to broke black people that already don't have money.
That's literally people got sugar daddies and they be like
saving.
I make money as like it be influencers who got dudes paying their bills and they be like I make money as an influencer.
Yeah, stuff like that.
I understand that, but I also feel like people need to do their own research.
Right.
You need to not just look at people's lifestyle because it's social media. People sell lifestyle. That's what social media is. Everything is a lie. Mm-hmm. But you also need to look at research. If you're gonna spend $1,000 that you don't have, but let's say you don't have $1,000, $2,000, you need to look at reviews. You need to look at and say, is this course really worth it? Just because somebody's saying,
right? I'm not looking at somebody $1,000.
My only $1,000.
I'm gonna be on YouTube.
Some of them, I do agree. Some of them is dumb for doing that. Like if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Or go to somebody, right? Somebody that has the same thing. And that's another thing that she's supposedly like scamming. She created a thing called Credit Cake, and they found the white lady that actually started that, and her stuff only like $40, $50.
And how much she charging?
That's the $1,000. So that was the other thing. So the white lady started it. Yeah, the white lady started it, and it's like $40 a month or something like that, something way less. And it's also called Credit Cake, but she's very small. She's white. Most black people probably don't know her.
No mind.
So of course you're a black person that have influence. You take it from a white person. Something similar like B. Simone's situation when they took the stuff from the white people on Pinterest and put it in her book. She didn't do it, but her people. Her but you're thinking like, oh, it's some little white people. These black people don't know these white people.
So back to what you said, what he selling for $30,000?
A credit course.
I didn't see that.
I saw it on the internet that he was selling.
They probably lying. They probably lying. Probably $3,000 something. Because what can you?
That is ridiculous.
Because with that you can be paying off your credit.
I think that's a lie. That doesn't make sense.
They probably to help people with their credit.
They probably either that was a typo. That was either a typo or they was just over exaggerating because they trying to get everybody on the hate train or something. But that's not even. I don't know. I didn't see nothing about no 30,000. It's probably 3,000 or something. Yeah. I'm gonna just say that was probably a typo because ain't no way. It doesn't make sense. Just like you said, if you could spend 30,000 to
have somebody help you fix your
you could just pay. I'm sure your debt is probably only 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. Right. So that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
But
I mean, hey, if you can spend $2,000 on a course, you can.
Yeah, you could do something else. I feel like you could do something else, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I feel like charge your worth on stuff. Like if you feel like you, of course, charge your worth, but at the same time, it's like I just know for me, even I have a lot of cheap prices and stuff on my stuff, but it's because like I just feel like I don't know, like what I'm giving out is like it's good, but I feel like okay, that's what it's priced at. Like sometimes I might price stuff higher, like I might have a class that's $175 or $200 and stuff like that.
Like up and coming influences,
right? Exactly.
They only gonna be able to afford
exactly. So that's why I do it the way I do. But now that I'm advancing and stuff like that, yeah, my prices gonna go up. But like I definitely believe in charging what you think you're worth, but at the same time, don't be scamming. I can't say scamming, but overcharging,
greedy,
jipping people.
Yeah, being greedy.
Yeah,
being greedy.
And this might be old news, but we were talking about starting a business, not really knowing what you're doing. The girl with the pink sauce, she was.
Oh yeah.
It was killing me when she was like, "What is FDA? Like what do you mean?"
That I can't even lie. I don't think I would ever try that sauce.
I won't.
I can't. Like it's just my stomach can't just. I don't like colored stuff.
First of all, you sent me a sauce in it. Yeah, first of all, it's pink.
Yeah, I can't do no
it's not giving pink. I mean, it's not giving taste of pink sauce.
Yeah,
and you send it in the mail and it's not refrigerated. It's just. But also the
colors. But now it's supposedly gonna be in stores. So are y'all think y'all gonna taste it?
No. Somebody have to let me know.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, you just gonna.
I just don't want nothing pink.
Me neither.
And shipping the spicy noodles and the
spicy bowls.
Is
you talking about the spicy
bowls? That stuff.
I want to try that though, but I'm gonna make my own. It's like a spicy bowl.
And they like shipping it through the mail.
Yeah, they shipping it. It's like sausages and
like shipping
jalapenos and
it was like a sunflower seed soup too with like
it's a whole bunch of different stuff. and they become famous on TikTok, and then people like they might make it on TikTok, and people start saying, "Oh, I want to try it, but I don't want to make it myself. Do you ship?" And then they turn into a business.
But that's because but those are the people that's also not researching. That's back down to it. Because especially when it comes to food, you can get people sick.
Yeah, somebody made a TikTok about how they received their spicy bowl, and it was like all nasty looking because you didn't package it correctly.
No, I'm just gonna go to the store, get all the ingredients,
and make it yourself.
It probably wasn't that hard.
Yeah,
pretty sure it's not.
It's ridiculous because you can get people sick. Don't play with that stuff. That's the kind of stuff that you should research. Yeah. And that's what, like, even like back to it, I was talking to a friend who was going into a business that needed research and licensing and all of that. And I'm talking to him like, look, you can't just be out here giving these people this stuff.
Don't get
it could be illegal. People can sue you if somebody walk up to you and they're like, you know, a detective or whatever. They can arrest you. Like it's serious. So like I just feel like you need to, especially going into whatever you're doing, research.
You need to do research on both sides as a consumer and as a
exactly. You can find all the information for free.
Why would I be buying that through the mail?
Right.
It's not given.
Yeah, at all.
Greedy ass. They be smoking and probably seeing this stuff and be
Like,
hungry.
Right.
By the time they get it, they be like,
I will order the ingredients before I order it.
And be like, ooh, send it to me in the mail.
No, I will order the groceries.
And it be the simple stuff.
Trucks
and simple. And then they be throwing that stuff like they be throwing the packaging.
Trust me, UPS they be
it be mice and stuff in the warehouses and all that type of stuff, nibbling on packages and shit. Like,
you can send me some chips.
And it's hot as hell in warehouses, so it's probably
exactly bubbling, just sitting there bubbling.
Yeah, I just don't understand a cooked meal. Why would you want somebody? No.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
But I think that is concluding the episode.
That was a pretty good one, yeah.
So, you know, just make sure you do your research. Like Lexi said, don't think that your family and friends gonna be your biggest supporters. I had to learn that the hard way. Not saying my friends and family did it, but
not what
right.
Let's be
but you know,
my parents for sure.
Become more better customers and long-term customers. So,
and if you get scammed, it's your fault. Amen.
Do your research.
It is.
It really is.
No,
and charge what you worth.
Charge your worth. Baby.
Stay consistent.
Yes.
Don't give up.
Definitely.
Stay black.
Y'all got this.
Well, yeah, follow us on all social media at SUW Podcast, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.